Oh, whoa. We got to do this first, right? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I went to the party. Smash the like when he's on the mic. I went to the party in my Ferrari. I went to the party. Drank some Bacardi. I went to the party. Macked on the hotties. Hottie. Bacardi. Ferrari. Come on, someone buy that. I need some money. I need some money to buy some more jewels. Buy some Defikingdoms. I need auto-tune, man. Auto-tune in that hook? Are you kidding me? Billboard top 10, easy. How do you do auto-tune? Anyone, a sound engineer out there? Need to get me a little auto-tune. Anyone's an artist today with auto-tune. All right, today I'm pretty excited. We're going to talk about, we're going to go Defikingdoms heavy again today. It's one of the best cryptos out there. If not, probably one of my most bullish. No, I do put this in a high risk category, but I'm extremely bullish on it. Some of my biggest regrets, not really, but kind of, sort of, are the fact that I did not go all in Luna and go all in freaking Jewel, right? And I still think it's really easy for Jewel. Today, I want to cover the fact that I've turned $4,000 in Defikingdoms into 165 currently, just in the DeFi. It's making me 165,000 a year at its current clip. It is currently giving me a net worth of like close to $500,000. And I'm going to discuss the potential of how that could soon be 20 million. $20 freaking million just off a game, just off a play to earn game. Now a little bit big boy, a little bit moon boy here. But I do truly believe in this game. We'll take a look at a little bit of the mechanics. I love this. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We'll take a look at what's going on in the markets. The market's getting a little exciting, I guess. I'm trying not to get too excited. Let's pop on over to the screen and see. I'm trying not to get too excited because Bitcoin has done this rug pull to us numerous times as of late. You get excited, it does not last very long, and the next thing you know, we're sitting back at $46,000. All right, I must have closed that tab, so that sucks unless I have it on a different screen. Let's just get I did reach out, so we did discuss the stone. I don't know what the best way to stone. Stone, I did reach out, I filled out the little form, trying to get my validator on the list. Hopefully we can make that happen. That would be good for the good kids, as they say. Fuzz swap, what's going on with the fuzz? I haven't collected my rewards there for a minute. Are they on the test net with gambling yet, or is he still working out some bugs? Come on, bro. Otis, what's your name? Otis, you need to get a team. You need to get a team, brother. All right, where is it I want to go? I want to go to that. Euphoria. I saw some news about Euphoria. They're trying to get listed on Gemini or Coinbase or something. Well, $233. I don't know. I'm kind of over these. I like me some own protocols. Maybe they'll make a comeback, but it's risky stuff, guys. Risky. I'm going to stick to... Again, if I said it once, I've said it a million times now. Defikingdoms broke the code. Defikingdoms broke the code. Their token has crazy amounts of value. It is a match made in heaven. A freaking DEX, providing liquidity, DeFi, actual DEX that has freaking utility. A real demand for the Jewel token, a real demand for all the other tokens they're adding to the game. It is beautiful, and it's nothing but up from here. All right, what is it I was trying to do? I'm trying to do this. Let's see what's going on in the markets. The markets are doing well. The stock market's doing good today. Interestingly, the stock market's open now. Let's do a real quick look. Tesla, I thought Tesla was down. So actually Tesla's up. The NASDAQ is up 165. I think it was up a little bit more in the pre-market. I wouldn't get too excited, guys. this is a big reason why Bitcoin is probably up. You know, I've heard some rumblings and short squeeze. I don't really think this is a short squeeze in crypto. It's just a little bit of people, you know, they get a little fearful one day about Omicron, the next day they're kind of over it, but by the end of the day, or who knows, right? We still got a lot, and I mentioned this yesterday. Meet Kevin has actually done a couple really good videos on the old OMI. Definitely go check those out. One of them discusses, you know, how Delta doubles every 15 days and OMI every 3 days. And we're going to, in a few weeks, we're going to reach this head of where like the hospitals might be overwhelmed and, you know, the OMI's less deadly and this and that. But because of the rapid increase of how quickly it spreads, it's still going to. So there's some choppy waters is all I'm going to say going ahead. People still get a little fearful over there. I'm not sure why. I'm kind of numb to it all, you know, personally. I mean, I guess it's a little bit easier for me to be a little bit, well, I'm not going to lie, right? You know, I've talked about my health in the past and how, you know, type 2 diabetes and all that, and asthma, had pneumonia as a kid, really bad pneumonia. So, you know, I'm definitely in that category that, you know, it could be a rough time for me statistically if I were to get it. And, you know, for example, I got to go get, I'm kind of scared about this too. I've got to go, some of you are probably going to laugh. So I have a dentist appointment to go get a cavity, 2 cavities filled. First time in my life. First time in my freaking life, right? And typically, you know, I get to work from home and I go shopping, grocery shopping, usually on Saturday morning. Hey, I mask up, dude. For me, I don't worry about the political side. You do you. You know, I got my vaccinations. I mask up. But to me, you know, I'm a bit of a germaphobe. So to me, it's just like, yeah, great. Let's mask up. Even when this is over, I might mask up during flu season. Guys, I had the flu. And I think it probably was, you know, the nasty February 2020, because like, you know, I'm near the Bay, you know, so I'm near the Bay. And it was February 2020. I was at line at Kaiser, a really big hospital, if you're not familiar with it. And just talking to my doctor or something, just some normal checkup at the time. This dude sneezed on me. Christ, we're in the house. How you doing? Yeah, I need to get a jewel. Little jewel. I do want to get some like gold caps. I'm kidding, but kind of serious. Anyway, this dude sneezed on the back of my head and I knew I was screwed, right? And dude, guys, I got so freaking sick. There were literally nights where I thought, man, if this gets much worse, I'm going to have to go to the hospital and I could die. It was bad. It was 3 weeks. I could barely breathe. So, you know, I think it probably was the sticky icky, but I eventually pulled through it. And then I think I have the long, you know, I had the long version of it because it was a, you know, even to this day, I still feel kind of wrecked by it. But long story short, all I'm saying is, dude, who wants to get a regular flu, let alone this craziness? So what's the big deal? Put on a surgical mask, you know, don't put your hands on a shopping cart and do this move, you know, as you're walking around the store. You're just, that's my philosophy. Hey, look, if you're, as Charles Haskison likes to say, if you like to ride it loose and get the nature's vaccine, hey, good for you. I mean, I'm not complaining either. You know, all these things add up to hopefully helping us get herd immunity. Anyway, this isn't a channel about all that, but it's also a channel where I could go on a tangent and we could talk about anything, right? Even how to like cook a steak, and I'm a vegetarian, so. All right. So like I said, the markets are doing pretty good. Who knows? Who knows how long it's going to last? This thing could turn around any second. I mean, the Nasdaq's already coming down. It's already come down about 20 points during all this. What's Tesla doing? Tesla's doing pretty good. Oh, excuse me. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Again, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got a good 3 weeks, good 3, 4, 5 plus weeks, especially over here in the northern hemisphere, to see how this thing pans out. I mean, and you see it too, man. You see it like crazy, just even in sports, dude. People are getting added to the like 47 NFL players, or 47, something like that, in one day. So it's spreading like crazy. Good news is it doesn't seem like it's that bad. I think there's Harvard research that says, I don't remember if I discussed this yesterday, but Harvard research discussing how This is, this is probably it going forward. It's just going to be like a different type of, a flu. You get your shot for it, and it's going to get less deadly. And I mean, again, I'm not a doctor. History tells me that's likely what's going to happen. It's just going to be this thing that came out kind of like whatever version it was in the Spanish flu. It was really bad. The second year it was really bad. I think our first one kind of came in the peak or towards the tail end. So that's kind of like, it's kind of a 2.5 year ride. And I personally think that is the case. I mean, it sucks. Now you got to worry about colds, you got to worry about flus, and you got to worry about this, but it is what it is, I guess. Oh, excuse me. I got a frog in my throat. Hold on. Smash the like when he's on the mic. Jingle bells, jingle, smash the like. All right, so the stock market's doing pretty good. Is it going to hold? I have no idea. Let's see. Is there any hopium from Tech Dev and Will Clemente and Capo? Capo. Nothing new from Capo. Plan B. Plan B is probably waxing on about viruses. He's a pretty heavy anti-masker and anti-vaxxer. Is kind of the vibe I get. All right, so who is this? Will saying we're trying to break out of a downtrend, baby. Trying to break out of a down. We got that Fibonacci coming up around 51,000 downtrend. I think Tech Dev's talking about 53,000. We also got this RSI. I don't know if he's looking on the 3-day or whatever weird ass time frame. Who is it? Tech Dev. Oh, this is an interesting picture right here. So this weekend I learned Dr. Charles Haskinson. Yeah, dude, okay, first of all, look at this picture. I think that's in his Black Hawk. So he was talking about how he got a Black Hawk helicopter because he needed something to be able to fly around in. I mean, come on, dude. Talk about showing off your bling. He's got, 1 second he's always talking. Dude, guys, I love me some Dr. Charles Haskinson, but 1 second he's always talking about, what is that like paint or dandruff on it? He's wearing a Boston t-shirt. If you guys don't know who Boston is, it's some great, awesome music, but we're talking like 70s. Dude, the guy, I think it's that particular album. The dude played like every instrument, made it in his basement, did all this, freaking great album. Great. But 70s, dude, this guy's 30. He looks like he is still living in the 70s, but how does someone that's like 33 know who Boston is? You know what I'm saying? Hell, I barely know what Boston is, and I grew up on it. Thank you, Trezor. Yeah, it was a rough ride. It was I definitely don't want to go through that again, and that's why, like, I have no problem masking up because, even this Omicron that's supposedly not that deadly, you know what I was out for 3 weeks. It's the first time I missed work. That was February 2020. I haven't missed work since then, and I worked every day except for the 1 day during all that. I just, I'd pull myself up, come over to my desk at my house. That's when really I first started working from home full time. So I was always that kind of person that when I'm freakish, guys, because I wouldn't, if I'm sick, I'm not kind of person that will, avoid, like, when someone goes shake your hand, I'll be like, nah, bro, I'm sick. And I got this ear too. Whenever I hear a sniffle or someone coughing, my spidey senses, and I just like, are you sick, man? I don't like getting sick. I mean, we're smart enough to, utilize some things that help us avoid that. So maybe in the future, we're going to be wearing our VR headsets that are giving us pure oxygen and protecting our noggin, right? We walk around basically as like citizen soldiers. You know what I'm saying? We have a little like lightweight graphene or carbon fiber helmet on, and it's just a HUD of, you walk around and data's always or you could pull up and read or browse the internet as you're in your self-driving car. Anyway, who knows? Yeah, I think he's 33. He's right at 33, if not exactly 33. All right, Boston, come on, dude. And he he talk, you know, when you hear him talk, he talks a lot about stuff that's he's way too young to understand or even know of who is. So he's a really, really freaking smart guy. If you hate him, you can't deny the fact. I mean, some people say he's really stupid because they're so anti the things he talks about, right? They hate him because they don't believe in his like philosophical ethos or whatever. But dude, guy's smart AF, man, smart AF, especially when it comes to like math and his dad is a doctor, his brother is a doctor. I'm assuming they're accomplished, smart family. He knows a lot about medicine. Yeah, he does look 50, right? He doesn't, dude. He doesn't look 50, but he looks early 40s, right? Easy, early 40s. I don't know that there's any gray hair. I mean, that receding hairline's not doing him much justice. He doesn't have a whole lot of. So I say he looks 42. He's definitely packed on a few pounds in the past year. COVID, I don't. Yeah, he's definitely macked, just based on some older Ethereum pictures I've seen. And, you know, he loves his flannel shirts, a little bit of a nerd. I mean, come on. All right, enough. I love me, Charles. I'll say it right one time. No, I love making, don't hate me, Charles. I'm just joking around. Well, Boston, you know, I give you a doctorate too. You're a doctor and PhD in pimple and hustling and dope. I just say Haskinson for fun. All right, Tech Deb. Was Tech Deb? And he keeps going back to this chart. So this is a little bit different. He's shown a lot of similarities between what happened in 2020, the crazy crash, and kind of what's happening now. Like I said, guys, you can always go to the charts. We could go to the charts and we can find some patterns that are similar to what happened in the past. It shows we're going to go down. I don't know that much, if any of it matters. It could all change on a dime. Today could all change on a dime. I try and keep my hopes up, and you just keep remembering the long-term vision. It's going up. When you look at the adoption rate of the internet, dude, I think about this from time to time. You know how freaking hard the internet was in early days? To get on the internet, you had to have a phone, right? You had to find an ISP. You had to have a modem in your computer. Most people didn't even barely know how to use computers. Barely knew how to use computers. They were a pain in the butt. Some ISPs would have SLIP, others would have PPP, different ways of connecting. It would break, and you'd have to call tech support, and they would walk you through like editing a SLIP file, your dial-up connection, editing all the different crazy settings. Now you just get a computer, you turn it on, you enter your Wi-Fi password, or you just plug in a cable and Bob's your uncle, right? And the adoption, there was so many things that were difficult to do back then. Hell, before Windows, it was like all command line. You would type Lotus 123 and then that program would come up. And then, the internet in general was tough, and it was, not all that great, to be honest. And the way you got around, and I could go on forever on this and bore you to death, but crypto's, a lot of the same thing, and the adoption rate's happening a lot quicker. I think the internet went from 100 million users to like 1 billion users in, I don't know, like a 9-10 year time frame. And crypto is just recently hit 100 million users, I believe. It's on pace to be 1 billion by, 2025. I mean, come on, guys. The adoption is coming. This stuff is going to go crazy. To me, it's almost a sure thing, right? I can't guarantee it, not financial advice, but just long-term mentality, dude. You stick to it. You keep buying. You just keep buying. You keep dollar cost averaging, lump summing, whatever you want to do. I kind of like to do more of an advanced dollar cost lump sum thing, where like when there's blood in the streets, I dollar cost average in with the lump sum amount versus just doing it over time, right? Like right now seems like a really good time to be buying. We're at what I feel like is lows. Now you could be wrong, right? You could be wrong for the next 1, 2, 3 years. It could go down. It can be ugly for a long time. The market in general, the world economy, all this stuff, the FUD is kind of real. There's a reason for the FUD. It could go against you, but eventually we're going to be back, right? And as long as you put an amount out there. If you don't, all I'm saying, long story short, if you're not in this for several years, if you're looking to get rich overnight, there's at least a coin toss you're going to get wrecked. Nimrod in the house. How you doing, brother? Nimrod knows about some dial-up. Then it was DSL. Oh my goodness. DSL was amazing, but troubleshooting that with end users on the phone, you talk about some hell, man. I used to do that dial-up and DSL support, and it is freaking brutal. And this is before things like Zoom and remote sessions. Sir, could you please click on start your little, the little Windows, the little Windows logo, and then you want to go to network connections, and then I need you to right click. Oh my goodness. And oh, it was brutal. Yeah, ADSL, good times. They have ADSL over in Croatia. I kid, Trezor. All right. Oh yeah, man. I remember me some MIRC. I was pretty heavy in the MIRC for a minute, getting me some MP3s and some movies on my little bang commands and etc. Yeah, I don't remember much of that. I just kind of remember all the different cool text colors on my MIRC chat. All right. Enough about what's going on with the boys in the Discord. Let's take a quick look, see if crypto is still holding up. Bitcoin 48.7. Nice little pump today, guys. Again, people are talking about a short squeeze. Yeah, I don't really think we're at a short squeeze. Yet. We do got the bull market support band coming up here. Let's see how the curve is looking. Are we coming? Yeah, we're coming back up on the curve. Like to see that get. Why is that not doing what I want it to do? All right, whatever. Maybe I need to scrunch it in. There we go. All right. We are a long way actually from this part of the curve. I think this would be the first time ever that Bitcoin fell below it deeply, fell below it deeply again before it got back up above it. We have not had the blow off top this year. I've said a million times that I think this time is different. The market keeps proving that, and I think it'll be a lot more extended, stuff like this. I don't think we're going to have anything way down there. I could be wrong, right? But even if we get out to like a year from now, the bottom would be 48,000, right? That ain't bad. You keep buying, you keep earning, you keep doing DeFi, you keep doing all these things like we're doing Defikingdoms. We're getting ready to get over to that. Ethereum's at that critical 4,000 level. Everyone loves those even numbers. So 4,000 is the big one. We are above its Fibonacci, which is good. We'll take a look at Bitcoin again really quick on the Fibonacci. We did come down to this fib. We did hold it. That's good because the next target down would be about 3,300. Now, if we hold this, our initial target is 4,380. And then if we get back above that, Bob's our uncle. We could see if we can get into price discovery again, we might gravitate up towards 6,000 plus. The Bitcoin critical fib that I like watching is this one right here at 50,600. We've had a lot ever since we've had this move down. And again, I think this move feels a lot like this entire move right here. This entire move right here feels a lot like this entire move right here, right? And I feel like we're just kind of finding support. And it's either this was at the same critical junction. This was either going to go down like that or back up like that. So I think we're at the same point right here. This is either going to go down or we're going, oh, you're technical. I just did a little BitBoy spit there if you didn't. Have you ever watched BitBoy when he's in the car and he's talking? You talk about a shower. All right. My technical analysis is either going to go sideways, down, or up. Right? Yeah. That's what makes these technical analysis people look so good because they cover all the bases. And see, even look, I do feel like we're going to consolidate, and I'm leaning towards we're going up. It feels like the same thing right here. I don't know that anything's going to happen until we get a little bit of a catalyst. Ian in the house. How you doing, brother? So, what was I going to say? It was good too. I don't freaking. Oh yeah, that's what I love about technical analysis. They have every base covered. This is a breakout. We got the little retest, but it could be a fake out. It could be a bear trap. It could be a bull trap. And then, you know, we got confirmation and then it goes up. And then you can always go back. See, and this is exactly what happened right here and here and here. Give me a freaking break. I think, you know, it's a nice little thing to look at. Maybe frame it, hang it up on your wall. You know, I do find that the fibs there's some usefulness in there, but it's not going to predict, right? And it's no accurate prediction. Even this right here is being talked about a lot. The RSI, we're getting really close to breaking this trend line, and I think Tech Dev looks at it on the 3-day. Look, guys, I don't pay for TradingView, though I've thought about getting it. So I can't change it to the 3-day, but this RSI is looking to break the trend line. It's not confirmation of anything. Is it going to break it? Is it going to retest and confirmation? Is it going to be a fake out, right? It could easily go up and then go down. You know, all these things add up, and then you look back and say, hey, I talked about you find the stuff that you talked about, you got it right, and you look like a freaking genius. And then they edit a clip of the part of the yeah. Don't get me wrong, man. I love me some Tyler. Yeah, I love me some Tyler S. I think there are people that do good technical analysis, right? There are people that do good technical analysis. I do think it's a good tool. If you find a way to, and the most important thing is it makes you mechanical. And if you stay mechanical and you stay consistent, it'll help your trading a lot, right? I personally, I don't put a lot into it. And if that's your thing, that's your thing. Nothing against it. To me, it's pretty easy to tell when things are oversold and overbought. And that's why I do more of an advanced, like blood in the streets, time to buy. Pot odds are there's blood in the streets, time to buy, right? I mean, we're not at red wedding blood right now. I wonder if just saying blood gets me in trouble with YouTube. There's so many words you can't say. Anyway, this is not Game of Thrones red wedding blood in the streets right now, but there's blood. It's flowing. It is flowing. So this is a good time to buy. This is pot odds, good time to buy. And again, it could get a lot worse. If it gets a lot worse, just keep buying. If you don't think cryptocurrency won't see new all-time highs, if it's never going to, I mean, does anyone out there, unless you're a swing trader or a short-term trader, and that's not my bag, right? It is really hard to be good at that and be successful at that, really freaking hard. And a few mistakes can wash out all that hard work. Guaranteed ways to make money, I can't say guaranteed, not financial advice. Really consistent ways to make money is to buy good assets and hold. Do you really think Tesla's not going to see all-time highs? Do you really think Apple's not going to see all-time highs? Do you really think Facebook, Nvidia, Amazon, Google, all these are not going to see new all-time highs? Buy it and hold it. Buy it, get into long-term capital gains. Buy them, sell covered calls, earn passive income. Same thing with crypto. Do you really think Bitcoin's not going to see new all-time highs? Even if it takes another 3 or 4 years, do you think it's not going to do somewhat what it's done in the past, see new all-time highs plus much more? Do you really think Ethereum one of, in my opinion, probably the safest asset to YOLO into right now to get a really good return? I'm not saying the best return on the planet. I'm just saying it's super freaking safe. It's practically deflationary. It has crazy utility. It's probably going to anywhere between 2 and 5x. Raoul Paul is talking 20,000 by February. It's a little, I'm not going to complain if he's right, but I don't think a 20 to 30,000 Ethereum by 2025 is out of the question. Dude, I'll take it doesn't take too many 5X's and 10X's and being really smart in your life to getting that life-changing retirement, fire early type of wealth, right? Going for those home runs, going for those YOLO plays. Everyone does this in the stock market. If you're young and crypto is your first thing, you're going to learn the hard way. Trust me on this. Just like you learn the hard way. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You learn the hard way in the stock market. In the stock market, you learn about penny stocks. You're king of the world. You're going to make a ton of money. Worst thing that can happen to you is your first penny stock. You made a little bit of money. Next thing you YOLO'd in. Next thing you know, you've blown out an account. This is definitely a big part of my journey. And then you got things like options. You know, my first option play. You know, I've talked about this before. My first options play in the world. I hit a home run. Lost all my money. Futures. Made some money. Ooh, talk about the adrenaline rush in trading futures. Made my first trade. I'm up 2-3 grand. 2 days later, lost all my money. Right. So it's going to happen the same way in crypto if you're trying to YOLO and get rich overnight. Anyway, enough about that. Bitcoin's doing pretty good. It's at 48.6. Look, guys, we've been here. What have we? Again, I'm not trying to get excited. So what is this? December 6th? How many days is this? Let's go back to December 6th. We'll say 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, it is seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 10 times in the last 15 days. We've seen this 48,000, even as high as 50, 51,000 level, and they just pull the rug on us, right? So I'm not popping corks yet, as Benjamin Cohen would say. I'm not scheduling my Forbes interview yet, and I'm most certainly not getting out of bed for a $48,500 Bitcoin. So hopefully this is just day one, and hopefully we do start moving back up. But again, we could easily be back down to 45,000 before the stream is over. All right, so let's move on to DeFi Kingdoms. What does the title say? Says things like, I'm making 165 grand a year in DeFi Kingdoms. Well, let's take a look at that. Is that clickbait? Yes and no. Not really, but yes and no. All right, what is going on? I don't remember being on Sushi. All right, let's get into, I want to look at this one right here, and I want to look at this right here. All right, so I love this site right here. This is kingdom.watch. A lot of good info over here. You can go over here, and congratulations. I did discuss this yesterday. Congratulations to Jason. He's this close to becoming a DeFi Kingdoms millionaire. I do think anyone that's Gen Zero, if I'm being honest, I think anyone can become a millionaire in this game, even today, just by owning Jewel. I really do think I'm going to discuss my price targets on Jewel and where it could go. And I'm going to discuss about how much opportunity there is in this game, even if you're already late to the party, right? And even though that you're late to the party to this point, dude, this game's only been out for DeFi Kingdoms was barely even a game, and it's only been out since October? I don't know, maybe August, September. I don't remember. And it's not long. They've made great strides. They're doing a great job. If I put in what's the price of Harmony 1 doing? It's going crazy too, man. It's doing really well. Jewel's doing really well. All right, so this Kingdom Watch, you enter in your Harmony 1 MetaMask for what your DeFi Kingdoms is on, and it'll tell you your DeFi Kingdoms network. I think I'm chilling close to 500K at this point. And I continue to grind, and I will discuss how this could be 20 million within the next few years. 20 million just off this game. Are you freaking kidding me? Am I crazy? Am I big boy? Is that big boy? Is that moon boy? Maybe, right? But even if it's just a fraction of that, it's going to be hard to complain. Started with roughly $4,000. Actually, I think I started with a little bit less, but we're gonna put it at $4,000. My first foray into DeFi Kingdoms is I put $4,000 into the Jewel 1. in the Jewel 1 liquidity farm, and I'm now chilling. Is this thing still going? Apparently Harmony One's having some RPC issues again. All right, my net worth, we're almost done. In DeFi Kingdom, started with 4,000, 1000x return. That's what I should have put in the title. How I 1000x'd in DeFi Kingdom. So my current net worth in this game is $426,000. I do have, what do I have? Bank jewels. I have $27,000 in the DeFi Kingdoms bank. That is how much I believe in Jewel. I legit want to buy more Jewel. I do think Jewel could 10x. 10x at this point, and we're going to discuss that in a bit. I want to buy more jewels. I want to buy more Harmony. The three coins I want to buy the most right now are Harmony 1. Well, I'm going to put them in order. Jewel number 1. Even at the current price of Jewel right now, which is crazy, I think it's going much higher, especially with the AVAX launch imminent. I think Jewel is a great investment right now. I think it's one of the... Can you imagine, and has the team discussed this? Are they trying to get like on Gemini and Coinbase and things like that? Dude, guys, oof, can you freaking imagine? That's almost, oh my goodness. Like if there's rumors that they're trying to get on Gemini or Coinbase, I might all in. I might get a little crazy. You have $27,587 in the DeFi Kingdoms bank. They don't charge me to the withdrawal. There's no monthly like fee. Nothing. I have, well, this morning I had $5,200 in my real life Wells Fargo bank. Then I paid off all my credit cards. So now I'm down to like $1,400. I do get paid in a few days, but guys, I got roughly $1,500 in real life bank and $27,000 in a freaking video game. So the video game bank. And that's just a little bit of foreshadowing of what we are going to see in the future. I do think, I mean, that is what crypto is, self-custody or your money, or who knows, man. Maybe you go to your bank in the sandbox, or you go to your bank in the Decentraland, or maybe DeFi Kingdoms tries to become a bank. I don't really think so, but you know what I'm saying. If it's really easy to put your money into a bank in a metaverse or whatever, why can't there eventually be rules and regulations where this could be FDIC insured and things like that? You can just easily never have to go to a bank. You could direct deposit, for example, right to Anchor, or right to freaking Aave, or right to Tranquil. A lot of this is going to evolve and emerge over time, so I'm really excited about all that. Anyway, I started with 4,000. My current net worth in DeFi Kingdoms is chilling at 426,000. It continues to make me money. I'm making currently with what I have, and if we look at 10, it'll give us a good breakdown. Anunnaki in the house. How you doing, brother? What happens 15 July? Nobody talks about that. Crank a store in the house. What are you talking about? Like when Jewel starts unlocking? I'm not worried about it, man. When I first started getting into DeFi Kingdoms, I was really happy. I had turned 4,000 into like 15,000 liquidity farming. I did pull out about 10 grand at that time, so I could just be riding on house money, because I did have concerns about the emission of Jewel and eventually like big money yield farming and dumping the token on our face. And then the team showed me they're really freaking good at having Jewel have crazy utility and creative ways to make the demand for Jewel continue to stay consistently high. Over and over and over, whether it was land locks, you needed a bunch of Jewel in the bank to have a chance at winning land, to do their most recent genius move of needing Jewel to earn the power token on the AVAX launch. And the demand is coming. The demand is going to come for this game, for people to come in and play this game. And in order to play this game, they're going to need Jewel. The demand is going to continue to, I believe, to far outstrip. I mean, eventually it's going to meet an equilibrium, but I believe the demand is going to far outstrip any emission rates, even as tokens start unlocking. So I'm Personally not worried about it. And even on July 15th, it's not like they all unlock at once, right? It unlocks over time. So again, they've done a really good job of pulling this off. And if you look at how like Axie Infinity, for example, does this, dude, you could go buy any 2 cards and summon like crazy. You have as many, I mean, it gets expensive, I think, over time. But there's the diminishing returns is nothing like it says in this game. Unless you are one of the 2000 Gen 0 holders, those it's almost a bit of a monopoly. I mean, we have infinite amount of summons. I mean, we have to wait 3 days. It's, at the end of the day, it costs you about $500 to summon, and Jewel gets burnt. Oh, speaking of that, the big news yesterday announced by Defikingdoms was they got $1 million grant from Harmony One. That's really good news. I'm not really sure my overall thoughts on this, to be honest. So just because, like, here we go. They are going to do a lot of good things with the money, though. So that's good. Go to events and be part of the hackathons and everything. Man, they already have a lot of money, though. Like, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. So anyway, congratulations for getting $1 million grant. This is in my Discord. It's also in their Discord. You can read about it. It goes into detail. Is the bull run back? You missed the part where I'm not getting too excited yet, brother. I'm not getting too excited yet. It's looking good, but it's looked good, 9 times in the last 15 days. And then next thing you know, before the end of the day, it's already back down to like 45,000. So there's too much uncertainty going on right now, especially with the Omicron. I did discuss that quite a bit earlier in the stream and yesterday. The Omicron apparently doubles like every 3 days. I don't know if it can continue to go at that clip. I mean, at that clip in 60 days, the entire planet would be infected. So eventually it's gonna probably slow down. The death rate on it is apparently a lot less, but still, when it's that fast and that many, even a much smaller percentage could overload the hospitals, and news stories are going to take it like way overboard, and so it could be a rocky few weeks. Again, you got to have the long-term outlook. We're going to eventually come out on the other side, whether the bull run continues today, 3 weeks, 4 months, 2 years. These are times you buy, right? These are times you buy. Like I said, it's not Wed Redding. It's not Wed Redding. Game of Thrones, blood in the street. Plenty of blood in the street out there. I want to buy. I'm not buying. The reason I'm not buying is because I'm out of chips. I don't know if you just missed the part where I said I have $27,000 in the Defikingdoms bank, and I have $1,500 in my in real life bank. I am being somewhat irresponsible. Don't do as I do, boys and girls, but just keep buying. Just keep buying if you can afford it. Again, do not invest more than you can afford to lose, or you will do things like panic sell. I hear all the time, yeah, I bought Bitcoin at 65,000. Oh my goodness, Bitcoin's I sold it 48,000. Excuse me. So don't be one of those people that buy high and sell low, right? It's easy to get into that. You've got to be the opposite. You got to buy low, and it's really hard to buy when it's low. Look back when Bitcoin was at 42,000. Were you panicking, or were you wanting to buy? Oh, excuse me. Even right now, like, I'm concerned that it can go much lower, but I want to buy. If I had money, and I do, right? I have a little bit of money, right? I have a little bit of money coming in, right? I have another paycheck coming. So if I wanted to, I could throw together $5,000 and probably buy some cryptocurrency. And if I did, it'd probably be Jewel. It would probably be Jewel, but I'm not going to. Again, I'm going to try and be responsible. I'm going to stack a little fiat. I'm going to have taxes to pay. I have no idea what's going to happen in the next year. Things can get much uglier. It's too easy to still be in euphoria thinking Bitcoin's going to 100,000, 200, 300, 600,000 in the next year, right? That this run's extended and we're going to get our blood. Again, guys, we don't know. So constantly prepare yourself for both scenarios. Be ready for all scenarios so that you don't panic sell and you don't lose it. If you set yourself up right, you can make a lot of money doing this, right? And I didn't build this up. I mean, it was quick, but I did a lot of things, a lot of very disciplined things to get where I went now. Early in 2020, and my story, my 4-minute video didn't cover the long version of this, but one of the things I did in early 2020 is I put Truebill on my phone, and that's like a money management, and it's showing me where I'm wasting all this money. Like I'm wasting up to $500 a month on fast food. I've got this subscription that I never watch. I got you get ticky-tack with all these little Spotify, HBO, Showtime. You're like, you can do things like, you just get you Showtime and binge, and then swap it over to Netflix and binge, or do it with a couple, right? You put an app like that on your phone. My car, I paid my car off. That was like $500 a month. Dude, my car's been paid off for 3 years. My car is, it's still in pretty good shape. It still gets me point A to B. It's still a nice car. It could, use a little bit of fixing up. I can easily go out and get a Tesla, but who the hell wants $1,000 a month car payment right now? To me, instead of paying $1,000 to Tesla every month, I want to pay $1,000 to dollar cost average in crypto and still drive my car around. It gets me where I need to go, right? There's plenty of things I could do in my house. That's money, right? So I make the trade-offs. Right now, I'm shoestring budgets. I'm not spending a bunch of money on food. I'm not getting new cars. I'm not buying a bunch of new toys, and so I've limited my expenses. That app helped me do that. I pay off my credit cards, and I'm not passive income to them. And I just keep finding money to dollar cost average in, whether your budget is $50 a month to several thousand to tens of thousands. I mean, obviously, if you're able to invest thousands of dollars a month in crypto, you don't need anything from this channel. You've already figured it out. And if you're young, guys, when I was young, I was always like, I always had time to be rich. I'm just going to play a bunch of video games, and eventually, the sun will shine on my ass, and the next thing you know, I'm a millionaire. Nah, dude, I would work, make a modest income, at the time, above average, more than minimum wage in tech, making decent money. Just decent, but it's not like, life-changing, really life-changing income. Blowing it on guitars, blowing it on video game consoles, blowing it on alcohol, right? I would go home and then play video games. I would play video games 40 to 80 hours a week and then work 40 to 50 hours a week. My income would just stay stagnant for years, just making happy. I was happy though. I enjoyed the hell out of playing video games. So who did I care? I was happy. The second I stopped playing video games and started getting certifications, my income went like that, right? Now, my income went like that, but I still had really bad spending habits. Eventually, I pulled my head out of my ass and figured it out. So, all right. Anyway, back to DeFi Kingdoms. This is what I got going on. I have currently $16,819 in the Jewel 1 pool. That has grown up quite considerably. The UST Jewel pool, this is mostly money that I brought over from Anchor. I think I put about 4,000 into that. So that pool has gone up about 50%, plus it's earning me free Jewel. I've taken my Artemis earnings and then taken that with Jewel winnings. And I put about 500 into that. So that's up about 50%. And then I bought some AVAX. I paired that with some Jewel rewards. I put about 400 or 500 into that one, and that one's doing really good too. So these yield farms continue to pay off. The yield farms right now are currently making me, and there's a little bit of an asterisk to this. Here we go. Why is this? I must have closed my browser. That RPC issue is going to get in our way. All right. Currently, what do we got? You are staking 2,100 joules. That's the bank. Unstake. Does this give us the breakdown? All right. So the Joule 1 pool is my biggest pool. I'm currently earning. Oh, I'm actually earning. Actually, did I put it wrong in the title? I must have looked. I guess my title's off. I'm only making 115,000 a year. My bad, guys. I'll have to change. I'm probably too lazy. I could have sworn when I looked at this, I must have not refreshed the page. But this pool alone is making me $115,000 a year just by, and that's at Joule and Harmony One's current prices. Now, the caveat to this is about 70% of that's locked. That's fine though. I think the price of Joule is going up. We're going to talk about that. So it's a nice, steady passive income. I'm going to continue to let this grow and grow and grow. It's currently earning me $318 a day, $2,200. If this pans out, even at current Joule prices, which I think is a really good chance of that happening, it's going to be hard for me to complain in a year when I've already earned quite a net worth of $400 and some thousand, right? So even if this only earns me $50,000 a year for the next few years, which I think is highly unlikely, right? Because there's just so many different income revenue generating aspects of this game. Right now, I'm building an army of things. You know, these things go out on quests and earn me money and earn me rewards. Eventually I'll be able to rent them out. Eventually I'll be able to PvP with them. I'll be able to rent out summons and create new cards. And so there's just this, I firmly believe this game will make me more than my in real life job, just this game alone. And the potential of this becoming a $20 million plus is not out of the question. And we'll get into that. In the Retro in the house. How you doing, brother? Nick in the house. How you doing? Kingdom Watch is a lot cleaner to look at your gardens. Can you use that instead? All right. So what are you talking about? This one, Kingdom Watch? What do you mean by look at my gardens? Let's see. Where do I need to go, brother? Hero Watch, Bank Watch. What is it? Oh, this part. Oh, I see what you're saying. You want me to show this right here. This doesn't show. What is this? Joule 1, 14,760. Oh, this just shows what I have in there. So I was kind of looking at how much I was earning. So I do have 14,000 in the Joule 1, 5,000 in the UST Joule, 600. So this one's currently earning me about 115,000 a year at the current emissions and the price of Joule and all that. What was the other big one? Joule, the UST Joule. This one's earning me, I mean, yeah, 160. Oh, you know what? I think I know where it is. I think it's somewhere down here at the bottom. It tells me. Let's see. Oh, the TVL's at 650 million. Man, if that's true, that's freaking crazy. I thought somewhere in here. All right, so I mean, we got 115,000 I'm earning per year in this pool. We got another 40,000 I'm earning from this right here. So that's 155,000. So you have to click on the garden button. All right, let's do it. Let's click on the, oh, there we go. Nice. TIL. All right, a year. Yep, a year. This one's making me pro tip. Thanks, Nick. All right, so $142,000 a year. This pool's making me. Oh, total across all four. All right, there we go. So this one, I guess my title's a lie. I'm making 140. Well, this doesn't include like all the money I'm making off summons and selling cards and running quests. So it's good enough. It's good enough. And this fluctuates, right? Maybe, you know, at one point. Anyway, I'm not complaining. 33% is unlocked. So currently 67% of it remains locked. I think that goes up, you know, about 2% every epoch or something like that for a while. Anyway, 142. If I make $142,000 off this game in the next year, I'm going to be pretty happy. I actually think it's more, and we're going to discuss that now. What is the price of Joule doing right now? And where can it go? All right, so let's make sure we're getting the current. Oh, is it? It's down quite a bit since this morning. This is correct. What is going on? No, it's probably, maybe I have it on an older one. It was like $13. I could swear this morning, or $12.50. All right, looks like we're having some RPC issues still. I don't know if I'm on the pocket or the main net. There we go. Okay, $13. I was like, what? $11? Are you kidding me? All right, the price of Jewel is $13. The Jewel circulating market cap, the unlocked amount of jewels out there, the current market cap is sitting at 798 million. The total market cap, that is going to include the circulating plus the total, sitting at 4 billion. The total market cap is actually going to go up too, because more coins. So eventually there's going to be what, 500 million coins. So where does that say the price of Jewel could go? You know, 800 million is pretty low, in my opinion. I think this could easily, especially with the AVAX launch comes out. Honestly, this weekend I was thinking Jewel could go $10 to $15 in the short term, and it's actually getting there a lot quicker than I expected. And again, a lot of this depends on what happens with the market. If the stock market tanks and crypto tanks, the price of Jewel is going to tank too. Even though the most recent, tank, well, I'd say, so Jewel did go down to like $6. So when Bitcoin was at 42,000, Jewel was clocking under $7. But the more recent, like it was, Bitcoin was dipping down to like 45,000. Jewel was still going up. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But if it gets ugly, if it gets truly ugly, Jewel's going to go with it. If it doesn't get ugly, there's no limit to how high Jewel can go. So as it currently sits at $13, I'm looking at, a locked Jewel balance of right around $250,000, like $260,000 as this starts to unlock. And this doesn't include, this doesn't include all the new jewels I'm getting every day. I've got 322 more, pinning lock jewels to add to this. And if I've not stated this already, I want to buy more Jewel. I think Jewel is a pretty solid bet to 2x or 3x in the near future. It's not financial advice. It could be wrong. It could go the other way. But I think it has some of the best pot odds out there for high risk, high reward. Recently, what did I do? I put $1,000 into Euphoria. I timed that one right. One of the few times I timed that right. I turned 1,000 into 5,000. I pulled that out and I bought Jewel. I bought $5,000 worth of Jewel when Jewel was around $9. It did not take long for me to look like an idiot, because that's when Jewel and the market tanked right after. And Jewel went down to like $6, $7. And I didn't panic. I didn't sell. I wanted to buy more. I was being responsible and I didn't. I still want to buy more now. I think about taking more loans out on Tranquil and buying more Jewel. I think Jewel has a really good shot to at least 2x with the land snapshots going on. I mean, the land snapshot's over, but we got the AVAX launch coming, and the amount of TVL that I think is going to come into Jewel, I think is going to be insane. I think this could see $20 plus. So even as a short-term bet, I think this is a really solid play, and I want to buy more, and I may buy more. Now, keep a few things in mind here. I love Stone. I want to go all in on Stone. I really do. I love this product, and I love the flexibility. This doesn't even show it because I'm now staking some Stone. The RPC issues. There we go. So, Harmony 1, 24 cents. Let's freaking go. I love this, but I don't know if you guys noticed, and Tycoon Nee just did a good video on this. He lost like 50 grand in the Grim Finance Phantom exploit. Defikingdoms is DeFi, right? This is DeFi, smart contract risk, exploits, bugs, right? It could happen any day. Hopefully it doesn't. Nigel, I don't know. Were you in the house earlier? Did I say that? No, Nigel in the house. How you doing, brother? Can you explain what Stone is? Yeah, Stone is a way. It's basically staked Harmony 1. So you just swap. It's basically 1-for-1. Technically, one Harmony 1 should almost always at parity, should be at parity with stake. So you convert it over, and then you could take your staked one. It's currently earning a good APY. The really cool thing it does, and why I think this gives Tranquil a chance against Aave when Aave comes, is you can take, and speaking of validators, I did reach out to them. Hopefully I get my validator on the list. But you can take your staked Harmony 1, you can use it as collateral, you can borrow against it. So for example, I can deposit a bunch of staked 1. I can borrow against it. If I want, this is like a little bit more advanced. You don't even have to do this, but you can deposit it as collateral, earn interest, borrow against it, hopefully still be net positive, if not making more interest. And then you can come over and take your borrowed staked 1. And that's delta neutral, just earning Tranquil. And then you can come over here and then, RPC issues or whatever. So you can take your staked 1 and you can delegate it on a validator. The really cool thing about it is, again, guys, my validator, link in the description below. I'm trying to get that elected, working really hard towards that. Getting on this list would be very helpful. You can take your stake 1 and you can stake it on a validator, right? It has to be one of the stone validators. But one of the beautiful things about it is, if you stake your Harmony 1 on a validator and you want to take it off the validator, it's a 7 epoch undelegation period. So it takes you 7 days. It's a little bit illiquid. If you're a panic seller, it's probably a good thing. It gives you 7 days to calm down. But with staked 1, when you validate it, you still get the rewards. The validator reaps the benefits of, helping them become decentralized and this and that. And you can undelegate your stone and get it back instantly. So that is an amazing mechanic that they pulled off. And I think that's going to be big for them. I don't think $13, is that what Jules at? I don't think Aave is going to have that offering, right? And so that's a really cool thing. And I'll be doing a lot with that over time. Again, I want to take all my Harmony 1, I really do, and put it on this platform. That's how much I love what they're doing, but it's DeFi, right? If this platform gets hacked, exploited, right? And that's what the Grim Finance, I mean, they have a good team. But it's easy to make mistakes, and it's technology. There are people out there that wake up in the morning, they drink their coffee, they smoke their cigarettes, and then they start, going through the code and finding exploits and finding ways to steal our money. There's one thing I've learned in technology over the last 25 years is it doesn't matter how good your security is. Eventually, there's constant exploits. So this morning, I'm waking up to another exploit I'm going to have to deal with. It's pretty big. So it's going to be a long day. I don't even want to get off the mic. Oh my goodness, 37. I don't even want to get off the mic. It's going to be such a long day at work. Yeah, so good point, Nigel. Grim Finance was exploited because it was an auto compounder. It's a little bit of a learning thing for me too. I didn't realize auto compounders were at more risk, but it makes sense. I haven't done a lot of auto compounding in my travels, though I did do the cake auto compounding. I've done it from time to time. I think Artemis or one of those was an auto compounder. I don't remember. You got to be careful with DeFi. You can make a lot of money in DeFi. You just always got to manage your risk. And that is a bit of a concern because if you look at the unlocked value of my Defikingdoms, and this doesn't even include my, NFTs, I have $51,000 in jewels and liquidity in the LP pools. My overall crypto portfolio is probably around 600,000, not including this, right? Just all my solid safe plays like owning Cardano, owning Harmony 1, owning Polkadot, Ethereum, Gemini, whether it's on, Daedalus wallets or Gemini. So roughly like 10% more if you include my Gen 1. I mean, the Gen 1s are like 70,000. So I have a legit liquid, probably 150,000, 120 to $150,000 I could pull out of DeFi Kingdoms right now. I could sell my Gen 0 easy. I bet like instantly. If I were to list it for $60,000, it would probably sell instantly. The Lieutenant Carl in the house. In DeFi Kingdoms, what are you planning to do with your garden rewards? Putting it in the bank, back into the gardens, or something else? Excellent question, my friend. I have no effing idea. I don't know how the... I have one gardener, I believe. I can't freaking wait for the gardening to happen. I have one gardener. I want more. I have a cornucopia of miners. Yeah, I have one gardener. It hasn't leveled yet. How much longer? Yeah, it's going to be a little bit before I can level it. Speaking of the quest rewards, man, is anyone else getting crapped on like I am? I've just been like sending these soldados. Is that how soldadas? I don't freaking know. Sending my soldiers out and they keep coming back with garbage. Man, I haven't gotten a Shavas rune in like 3 or 4 days. I'm getting a little nervous there. I need a few more of the Shavas runes. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I would love a few more gardeners. I have no idea how the mechanic works. Apparently, you can get better liquidity. I don't know if you can. I don't know how that works. So at least I got one gardener. I'm gonna say I do. Oh, sorry, I meant just your current LP. Oh, those gardens. Yeah, bro. I just got my first rune today after. Oh, wow. You only have one tune? You only have one tune, brother? Yeah, my liquidity, what I'm doing with my LP, I honestly, all right, so I haven't been claiming because I don't want the tax event right now. And we've only got about 9-10 more days to go. And my taxes could be, you know, like if I were to claim now, like close to half of it could go to taxes. So I'm just trying to wait to the beginning of the year. What I would be doing is I would be claiming this and either just flat out buying more Harmony 1. I would be aping back in. That is how confident, that's how high my conviction is in DeFi Kingdoms. I would either sell half of my jewels. Honestly, right now, I would probably want to, I wish I would have put some in the Luna pool, but man, after Luna's pumped to what it's pumped, I would probably be plowing most of it back into the Harmony 1 jewel pool. So say for example, I were to claim my rewards right now, I'd have 158 jewels. I need to continue to have enough jewels to do my summoning, etc. But I would take, say 150, I would sell 75 jewels and sell that into Harmony 1. I would plow that back into the pool so that I would earn more and more jewel over time. Or conversely, you could just put it in the bank. But I'm extremely bullish jewel. I'm accumulating jewel. And I'm going to accumulate and I'm going to continue to try and grow my LP. And again, I would be even at $13, man. I think Jewel is going to see $20 here pretty soon. Again, not financial advice. I could be wrong. It could get hacked. The market could crash. The AVAX launch could be a disaster. I don't think we're going to see any failures from the team. But you never know. You never know. Manage your risk. I just discussed how I have like 150,000 in liquidity in this game. And that's a huge chunk of my overall portfolio. If my overall crypto portfolio, not including this, is sitting at around 600,000, so I'm at $750,000 with this game. So 750 to like 13%, 14% of my net worth in crypto is in this freaking game, and I have FOMO that I don't have enough. Well, how can this be $20 million? You ask. I think the price of Jewel could go to $100. I don't think it's out of the question. I'm not saying it's happening anytime soon. But if this game really gets a lot of adoption, gets a lot of traction over the next year, I do think it'll flip Axie Infinity. What's the Axie Infinity market cap? What is the Axie Infinity market cap? Like 12 million, 8 million. in my opinion, this is going to be a much better game. Much better game. So their market cap is 6.5 billion. The circulating market cap, that's like an 8-9x away, right? 8-9x away. If we're looking at the overall market cap, it's, you know, it's coming up on it. I think Axie Infinity can continue to go higher, right? Can Axie Infinity go to a 20 to a $50 billion market cap? It most certainly could, right? It most certainly could. I'm more bullish Defikingdoms. Do I think Defikingdoms could be a $40 billion market cap? Hell yeah, dude. Like, they are doing so many good things, so many right things. What they are doing by going cross-chain, I think is freaking genius. And the way they're doing that is genius. It's doing things to continue to make the jewel extremely, you know, extremely useful, high utility. There's going to be a lot of different great markets in this game. It is not out of the question for Jewel to go to $100. Not out of the question. It's a little bit Moon Boy, right? I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to complain if Jewel is just $10 in a year, right? If Jewel is $10 in a year, I'm not going to complain with my $100,000 or $200,000. Did I say 20 million? Let me make sure. Now, maybe it's 2 million, right? Yeah, I was too Moon Boy with my 20 million boys and girls. Oh my goodness. Oh my freaking goodness. Gonna cost 6K to make a Gen 1. No. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. They would have to adjust the summoning cost. I guess I would have imagined eventually. You're taking this as fine. I love you, Retro. So if this were to 100x, that would be, what is 20,000 times 100? That would only be 2 million, right? So either way, if Jewel, hey Google, it's too early in the morning. What is 20,000 times 100? Probably 2 million. Yeah, 2 million.
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
All right, so I said 20 million. I'm an idiot. My apologies. Either way, if Jewel's $100, this could be $2 million just in the lock balance. That doesn't include all the money I'm going to be making and earning playing this game. There's a lot of opportunity. A lot of opportunity to get in over on AVAX and branch out. And this could be my, like this, all those years I talked about of playing video games could eventually pay off, right? If I'm making more money in this game long-term than my in real life job, I think there is going to be a very big future down the road of how you can earn money playing games in different ways and revenue streams and etc. Again, we're resilient. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Jewel's sitting at like 3. Is it really that fun? Do you mean is the game that fun? Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of fun. Like if you own the cards and just the strategy, like, so what we're working on now and what we're talking about in the Discord, I'm working it out with Jason and Horsetooth, making pure Gen 0, so I'm going to make a pure priest. They're going to make pure wizards, and so it's all about like just the fact of us trying to make cool offspring and gene mixing and card optimizing. So there's that whole aspect of just growing up as a kid and just like owning pieces of cardboard, right? Owning Joe Montana Topps cards and trading them for whoever, you know what I'm saying? Barry Sanders and this and that, or Big Cal Ripken, and you know what I'm saying? And basketball, Michael Jordan cards. Now it's digital. Dude, I couldn't take a Joe Namath and a freaking, I don't know, whoever, right? And have little babies and create a new cardboard card and pass on genes and things like that. That's a lot of fun, dude. That's a lot of fun. And this doesn't even include what's coming. They got eggs right now. Everyone's FOMOing over. They're going to be pets. I'm not even sure what they're going to be. Everyone's speculating. There's going to be PvP similar to Axie Infinity. You're going to be able to get items, create items. I don't think you can do any of that, Axie. It's going to be really industry making potions and like, I don't know, maybe I can make a swift potion and put it on my ninja, give him extra attack in battle. What kind of games, what kind of items you can earn? Can you craft? Yeah, dude, I think this game is going to be big. Yeah, it is crazy addicting. And because we're earning so much jewel, we don't even, like when I summon my pure priest, it's going to cost me, I don't even want to think about it. It's going to cost me like $1,300. I'm going to spend in, what do I got? I don't even want to look at this. Look, you want to see how ugly, disgusting this is? How freaking ugly. All right, so I'm going to try and make a pure priest. I think I got a couple hours to go where I would do it on stream. Yeah, 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm going to take this card and I'm going to go out and find another priest. I want a gardener, right? I want a gardener, so I don't know if that's going to be available. So it's 30 jewels from my card. It's going to be 30 jewels for their card plus the higher price. So that's 60 jewels. Or maybe my math. Yeah, we're already pushing like $700, right? Plus the summon cost. Don't even, and then there's the rune cost. The rune costs aren't too bad. So it's going to cost me like I'm going to spend $700-800 later today just to summon another card. And don't get me wrong. I'm going to be able to eventually my return on investment is going to be net positive. So, but right now I am trying to stack cards. I'm not looking to sell cards. I'm not looking to sell my summons. I'm actually looking to create a pure priest and trade with Jason or Horse2, like cards, and do that over time so that I can have, I'll keep a pure priest and I'll trade for a pure wizard. And then I'm going to pay for summons between those two and try and make summoners and et cetera and et cetera. So I did consider that. Well, I mean, that was my plan was either to get a wizard or I don't know, Jason's got a pirate, so I forget what the other, so it was to get like whatever would pair well with Jason so that we could summon advanced classes together. But we discussed it yesterday. You might want to check it out. The sandwich punch, it's better, it makes more sense, and we're testing it out, and I kind of agree with it. It makes, because there's dominant recessive genes, it's better to take two pure priests or two priests and try and make a Gen 1 that's like heavily, dominant and recessive priest, and then go out and then pair that with the wizard. And then that way it's a lot cheaper to summon a Gen 1 with 10 summon. It's only 16 jewels versus 30 jewels. And if you can find a good pair with the same price, and that's why I want to trade, because there's not a lot of good pricing out there. So if I have a Gen 1 pure priest and a Gen 1 pure wizard, then it costs me 32 jewels of my own money to try and summon a sage, right? And then, hopefully someone comes along and then they have that ninja or whatever I need to go for the next one. So for me, I'm just trying to build the army. I'll continue to send these cards out on questing. There's good rewards with questing. Eventually there's going to be like scholarship programs that I'll be able to get passive income. So I'm not overly worried about trying to cash in right now. I'm just thinking long term, and it's going to be a lot cheaper to do it with that method. We were doing that and we were profitable. We were definitely profitable, but it wasn't optimized. It's only like a 17% chance when I summon with this wizard that I would get a summoner. Now I got super freaking lucky and got 3 in a row. And then 5 in a row, I didn't get anything. Again, you still make cards that are profitable. You can sell them you can make your money back plus. But we're trying to ratchet it up, trying to be a little bit more advanced and really maximize our gains, and or not, if not even just have like super powerful cards in our stable that can be super profitable in the long term. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let's see what's going on really quick. That was oh my goodness, guys. I love talking about DeFi Kingdoms. I think we're going to have a lot of this content going forward. I'm also really excited about Cosmic Wizards. That one's probably going to take a while. I don't know what their timeline is for if there's going to be any gameplay and etc. I don't know if I'm going to be looking to do any DeFi yield farming over there. Something tells me, I mean, it's a very strong synergy. So something tells me, it would probably behoove myself to do some yield farming over there. I'm much more wrapped up in DeFi Kingdoms though. I will say, excuse me, so it's two completely different gameplay styles for the most part. When you're in an immersive world like that, that could be a lot more time consuming than say just, running a few quests a few times a day. Even like the PvP coming up, I feel like that might not be that time consuming versus like what might go on in an immersive realm where you actually have to load in and walk around and do a bunch of things in the game. So it's going to be two different completely type of metas, but I'm very excited for them both. I'm super excited what that brings to the Harmony One ecosystem. I truly think Defikingdoms will be the #1 yield farm, period, across all smart chains. Potentially the #1. I mean, there's going to be a lot of competition coming from them. There's already a lot of competition out there, but they continue to do it right. I think this is one of the best bets out there. I don't own enough Jewel. I want to pile more into the liquidity pools just so that I can earn more Jewel. I want to have as much Jewel as possible going into the AVAX launch. I want a chance at a Gen 0 over there. They're going to like Phantom and Polygon. I don't know if it's all within next year, but it's just gonna be the same thing over and over and over. I don't know if the third launch you're gonna need both power tokens. That might be kind of smart, right? Like you have to put in a liquidity pool of Crystal and freaking Jewel. Turn the power token for Phantom if that's the next one. So there's a lot of opportunity in this game if you're not in it yet. I do think one of the best way to get involved in this game would just be to buy a card and provide some liquidity, right? You get to learn a lot by doing that. If you've never done, DeFi yield farming before, it's not that hard. Harmony One's a great system to do that on. I'll try and remember to post a link or it was a live video where we went from 0 to hero. I created a MetaMask wallet. I created a Harmony One wallet. I imported it in, and I think I did some liquidity. I've definitely covered it in videos before. I do plan on making some short tutorial videos in the future. I will definitely appreciate you guys watching that, liking it, commenting it, getting that pushed out to the masses so we can help with the adoption of this game. Anyway, it's super easy to do. The fees are really cheap. That's another great reason why I think that Matic, Chumby Valley on Magic Chain sold out. Yeah, dude, their Discord was insane, and their NFT prices were insane. So they had to create wow. Yeah, no, that looked really impressive, but I was already priced. Yeah, I don't have any money right now. It's all wrapped up in what it's wrapped up in. Oh, I will, Annie. I will. I promise. I'm on vacation next week. My first video I plan to make is just a basic general overview of Defikingdoms. Then I'm going to start making like just quick 2, 3, 4 minute videos. This is how you create a MetaMask. And then like, yeah, if you want to, you know what I'm saying? So I promise you. And once I make a promise, I commit to it unless something, unfortunate happens. I want to even get started on those this week, but man, I just keep getting destroyed with work. Like I thought I was going to have some spare time yesterday, and then there was like this critical server down, and 5 hours later, I was too exhausted. So they're coming, I promise you. All right, let's see what's happening in the markets real quick. I have no idea. Ooh, Tesla negative. What the hell happened? Is the market crashing? That's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, the Nasdaq's only at 20 points. Bitcoin looks like it's still doing decent though. Let's see what's going on over there. All right, hopefully that holds up. Bitcoin, not too bad, 48.5. Can't complain about that. Ethereum down below 4K a little bit. Sure, Cardano is like $1.24, $1.25. We know Harmony One's chilling around 24 cents. Anyway, I'm gonna do this move right here. You know what this means? Once I do that, no takesy backsies. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will be back tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. PST. Be there, or you gonna be square. Love you all, and peace.